Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and discovering that the career you've spent years building no longer exists. Not because your company went out of business, not because the economy crashed, but because a machine can now do your job faster, better, and for a fraction of the cost. It sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie. But according to some of the world's leading AI safety experts, this future may be much closer than most of us realize. Some researchers believe that artificial general intelligence could become a reality before the end of this decade. If that happens, the world we know today could change in ways we can barely imagine. And this isn't just about robots replacing factory workers. It's about lawyers, programmers, teachers, doctors, designers, accountants, writers, even people who believed creativity would always protect their careers. So today, we're going to look at why AI experts are raising serious concerns. What could happen between now and the year 2030? Which jobs may still survive? And what all of this could mean for everyday people like you and me. Let's get into it. This AI revolution is different. Throughout history, every major technological breakthrough has changed the way people work. The Industrial Revolution replaced much of the hard physical labor people once did by hand. Computers eliminated mountains of paperwork. The internet completely transformed the way we communicate and do business. And every time technology replaced one type of job, it created entirely new opportunities somewhere else. People adapted. Society moved forward. That is why many economists believe artificial intelligence will follow the same pattern. But many AI safety experts believe this time is different. Why? Because every invention we have created until now has been a tool. A hammer helps a builder. A calculator helps an accountant. A computer helps an engineer. But artificial general intelligence would be something entirely different. It would not simply help people work. It could become the worker, the researcher, the engineer, the programmer, the scientist, the strategist, potentially all at the same time. Instead of helping humans complete tasks, it may eventually become capable of performing those tasks on its own. That possibility is what makes this technological shift unlike anything humanity has experienced before. What is artificial general intelligence? Today's I can already write articles, generate realistic videos, solve programming problems, translate languages, and analyze enormous amounts of information within seconds. Just a few years ago, many of those abilities seemed impossible. Yet here we are. But today's systems still have limitations. Artificial general intelligence refers to a system capable of learning and performing almost any intellectual task that a human can perform. Many researchers believe that once a system reaches that point, progress could accelerate at an unbelievable speed. Imagine an AI that becomes smart enough to improve itself. Every improvement makes it even better at creating the next improvement. That creates a cycle where progress becomes faster and faster. And that possibility is exactly what worries many AI safety researchers. The real concern, when most people think about artificial intelligence, they usually ask one question: can we build something smarter than humans? But according to many experts, that is not the hardest question. The harder question is much simpler. Can we control it? Today's AI systems already surprise the very people who created them. Researchers continue discovering new abilities they never intentionally programmed into these systems. As AI becomes more powerful, understanding exactly how it reaches its decisions becomes increasingly difficult. Now imagine a future where these systems become far more intelligent than every human being on Earth. Predicting their behavior could become almost impossible. That is why AI safety has become one of the biggest discussions in technology today. Not because intelligence itself is dangerous, but because extraordinary intelligence without reliable control could create risks that nobody fully understands. What happens to our jobs? This is the question everyone wants answered. Will AI really replace our jobs? Some experts believe that nearly every occupation involving computer-based work could eventually become automated. Think about it for a second. If an AI can instantly understand your company's documents, learn customer behavior, analyze years of business data, communicate naturally, work 24 hours a day without getting tired, why would companies continue paying large teams to perform the same work? From a business perspective, automation becomes incredibly attractive. That doesn't mean every job disappears overnight. Technology usually takes time before business is fully adopted. But history shows that once companies recognize the financial advantages, change can happen much faster than anyone expects. What about physical jobs? At this point, you might be thinking, maybe office jobs are at risk, but surely physical jobs are safe. It sounds reasonable. After all, fixing a broken pipe, building a house, preparing a meal, or repairing an electrical system takes skill, coordination, and years of experience. Those aren't easy jobs to replace, at least that's what many people believed. But there's another side to this story. While AI continues to improve at an incredible pace, robotics is improving alongside it. Now imagine combining a highly intelligent AI with a robot that can see, walk, lift objects, use tools, and learn from experience. Suddenly, that robot isn't just following instructions. It's making decisions. It's solving problems. It's learning from mistakes. And every time it learns something new, that knowledge can instantly be shared with thousands of other robots connected to the same system. Unlike humans, they don't need years of training. One robot learns something once, and every robot can learn it almost immediately. If that future becomes reality, automation won't stop at office work. Factories could become almost fully automated. Warehouses may need far fewer workers. Construction sites could look completely different. Transportation may rely more on autonomous vehicles. Hotels, restaurants, hospitals, and even household services could all be transformed. The list keeps getting longer every year. So, are any jobs truly safe? This is probably the biggest question people ask. If AI becomes that advanced, what jobs will still belong to humans? The honest answer is, nobody knows for sure. But many experts believe some careers may survive, not because AI can't do them, but because people simply prefer another human. Think about a therapist. Yes, AI might understand psychology. It might even give excellent advice. But when someone is going through the hardest moment of their life, they may still want to sit across from another human being. Someone who understands what it feels like to experience joy, loss, fear, or hope. The same idea applies to teachers. Parents may still want their children to learn from real people who can inspire them, encourage them, and build meaningful relationships. Religious leaders could continue playing an important role because many people seek wisdom, guidance, and connection from another human being. Artists may also continue to thrive. Not because AI can't create beautiful music, paintings, or stories, but because people value the story behind the creator. Knowing another human poured their emotions, experiences, and imagination into a piece of work gives it meaning. In many luxury industries, customers may even choose human service simply because it feels more personal. So perhaps the future isn't about what AI can or cannot do. Perhaps it's about what people still want another human to do. That is a very different question. The bigger problem nobody talks about. Most conversations about AI focus on jobs, but there is another challenge that could be even bigger. Purpose. For most people, work isn't just a paycheck, it's part of who they are. When someone asks, "What do you do?" they're usually asking, "Who are you?" Our careers give us routines, goals, friendships, a reason to wake up every morning. Now imagine a world where millions or even billions of people no longer need traditional jobs. What happens then? How do people find purpose? How do governments support entire populations if employment changes dramatically? How do economies continue to function? Those are questions nobody has fully answered. Technology may solve productivity. It may create incredible wealth, but purpose? Purpose has always been a deeply human challenge, and that may become one of the biggest questions society has ever faced. Why AI safety matters. Some people assume that the companies developing AI have already solved these problems. After all, they employ some of the smartest engineers in the world. Surely they have thought about safety. The reality is more complicated. Many researchers argue that AI capabilities are advancing much faster than our ability to fully understand or control these increasingly powerful systems. A simple way to think about it is this. Imagine building the fastest car ever created. Every year, the engine becomes more powerful. It accelerates faster than the year before. But the brakes barely improve. Eventually, you reach a point where speed grows much faster than your ability to stop. That is the concern many AI safety researchers are trying to raise. It is not that AI itself is bad. It is that its capabilities may advance faster than humanity's ability to guide it safely. That is why more and more scientists are calling for greater investment in AI safety research before pushing toward even more powerful systems. Does this mean we should fear AI? After hearing all of this, it is easy to feel anxious. You might even be asking yourself, should I be worried? The answer is not as simple as yes or no. The truth is, AI is already improving our lives in countless ways. Doctors are using it to detect diseases earlier than ever before. Scientists are using it to discover new proteins and develop new medicines. Engineers are solving problems that once took weeks in just a few hours. Students are learning faster. Businesses are becoming more productive. People with disabilities are gaining access to tools that were impossible only a few years ago. There is no doubt that AI has the potential to improve millions, even billions, of lives. That is not the problem. The real question is whether humanity can develop AI responsibly as these systems become more powerful. Technology itself is not good or bad. It is how we build it, how we use it, and how we prepare for its future that matters most. So, what should you do? If you're watching this and wondering, what does all of this mean for me? The answer isn't to panic, and it definitely isn't to pretend this isn't happening. The best thing you can do is prepare. Keep learning. Stay curious. The people who succeed in the future won't necessarily be the smartest. They'll be the people who are willing to adapt. If your industry is changing, learn how AI can help you instead of competing against it. If you're a student, focus on developing skills that machines struggle to replace. Communication, leadership, critical thinking, creativity, problem solving, building relationships. These are the qualities that make us uniquely human. No one knows exactly what the future job market will look like. But one thing is almost certain. The people who continue learning will always have an advantage over those who refuse to change. One thing we often forget. Whenever a new technology appears, people usually focus on what it can do. Very few people stop to ask, what could happen if we get this wrong? History is full of inventions that improved human life. But history also reminds us that every powerful technology comes with responsibility. Artificial intelligence may become one of humanity's greatest achievements. It could help cure diseases, accelerate scientific discoveries, solve problems we once believed were impossible. But if powerful systems are developed without enough attention to safety, the consequences could affect everyone. That is why these conversations matter. Not because we should fear the future, but because we should help shape it wisely. Nobody knows the future. It's important to remember that these are still predictions. No one, not even the world's leading researchers, can say with complete certainty what the next 5 or 10 years will look like. Some predictions may turn out to be too optimistic. Others may be far too pessimistic. History has surprised us many times before. What matters isn't predicting every detail perfectly. What matters is being prepared for change. Because whether artificial general intelligence arrives in 5 years, 10 years, or much later, one thing is already happening right now. AI is becoming more capable every single year. Businesses are adopting it faster. Governments are paying closer attention. And millions of people are beginning to ask questions they never thought they would have to ask. What will work look like? How will society change? And what role will humans play in a world where intelligence is no longer something only people possess? Those are questions that will shape the future of every generation that comes after us. Final thoughts. Whether you agree with these predictions or not, one thing is becoming impossible to ignore. The world is changing, and is changing faster than most of us ever imagined. Just a few years ago, many people laughed at the idea that AI could write articles, create realistic images, pass professional exams, or have conversations that felt genuinely human. Today, all of those things are possible. So imagine where we'll be 5 years from now, or 10. No one knows exactly what the future looks like. Maybe AI will become humanity's greatest achievement. Maybe it will solve diseases that have affected people for generations. Maybe it will unlock scientific discoveries that completely transform our understanding of the world. Or maybe it will force us to rethink what it truly means to be human. What gives our lives purpose? What makes our work meaningful? What skills will matter in a world where machines can think, create, and solve problems alongside us? These are no longer science fiction questions. They're real questions that governments, businesses, researchers, and ordinary people are beginning to ask today. That doesn't mean we should fear the future. It means we should prepare for it. Every major technological revolution has rewarded the people who are willing to learn, adapt, and embrace change. This one will probably be no different. The biggest mistake anyone can make right now is believing that none of this matters. Whether artificial intelligence transforms the world in 5 years or 20 years, the changes have already begun. Companies are investing billions of dollars. Researchers are making breakthroughs almost every month. New artificial intelligence tools are appearing faster than most people can keep up with. And every one of those breakthroughs moves us another step into a future that looks very different from the one we know today. So instead of asking, will artificial intelligence affect my life? Maybe the better question is, how can I prepare for the world that's coming? Because the people who stay informed, keep learning, and remain adaptable will always have a better chance of succeeding than those who ignore the changes happening around them. The future has never been guaranteed. But one thing is certain, artificial intelligence is no longer something that's coming someday. It is already here. And the decisions we make today about how we develop it, how we regulate it, and how we use it responsibly could shape the future of humanity for generations to come. Now I'd like to hear from you. Do you believe AI will replace most jobs by the year 2030? Or do you think humans will always have something unique that machines can never truly replace? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I genuinely love to hear what you think. And if you enjoy videos that explore the future of technology, science, and the biggest questions facing humanity, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.